Hi, my name is Jenny. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to go over the astrology transit highlights. We're going to go through February 9th and 10th. We're going to do 9th and 10th. There's a lot of stuff going on. I'm going to have to do another video for the rest of the week. If you're new here, by the way, I do break the astrology down for every single day in this long form content, as well as I do have it on my shorts. I break it down daily, but because we have so much going on in February, I'm not doing it weekly. I'm breaking it up basically as I see fit as we go into this energy, because the next 2 days, February 9th and February 10th, are really, really big days. Every freaking day in February seems really big. This energy is really big. So on Monday, February 9th, we're going to wake up with a Scorpio moon. This Scorpio moon energy, I'm not going to lie, it's pulling something out of me right now. It's pulling some sort of transformation out of me. I have my heart is completely on fire. I feel like I'm moving slow motion in my mind, which that is Mercury in Pisces. If you've noticed, Mercury being in Pisces, your mind is just going to move a little bit slower, and it's going to take a little bit to understand which direction you're going in, and it still might not make sense. That's Mercury in Pisces. We have the Scorpio moon energy, and we're getting ready for this new moon eclipse right now, because we're going to have the moon square the sun at 6 a.m. This is indicative of change. So whatever needs to be changed in your life, Monday, you're going to kind of feel it. Monday's also ruled by the moon. So if you feel like that there's this sort of energy on Monday where it's like, I want to take action, but I don't want to take action, but it feels more internal. But is it internal? Should I be taking external action? Scorpio moon energy, depending on where you have it in your chart, of course, always look at your natal chart. And if you haven't had a moon energy reading with me, I definitely recommend doing one, because you will learn how to read your chart after one of those readings. So this energy, Scorpio moon energy, is more internal transformation, and then you see it external. Scorpio moon energy is that dig deep, find the layers within yourself of what's working and what's not working. And because we have so much change happening in February, and it's Scorpio moon energy is, let's be okay with the unknown. Whatever's happening in your life right now, for me personally, my car broke down. And so I don't even know what's wrong with it until Monday, because all the mechanics are closed. So I'm dealing with my own stuff right now and dealing with the unknown and being okay with the unknown, right? I just wanted to use that as an example. Like, I'm going through it too in a certain way in my life, where it comes to, my car, my vehicle in which I drive, and then feeling trapped and feeling like I can't go anywhere. And there's all these emotions that I'm going through, right? But really at the end of the day, it has to do with the unknown. So I've been really working through that unknown energy with this Scorpio moon energy. So we have the Scorpio moon energy Monday, and the moon is also going to be opposing Uranus at 8 p.m. This is wavy energy. Like, this is how I see it. I see this wave. I see this up and down energy. But what you really want to be careful of, and what I've noticed, is when you go up, 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 you want to regulate your nervous system. Like, I'm excited. Oh my gosh, this is happening, right? You want to regulate your nervous system so that you can handle staying up. But if you end up going up, 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 and then you end up going down, 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 what's happening down here? Are you getting stuck down there? Are you getting stuck in these negative thoughts? Are you getting stuck in this ooh, woe is me, self-victimization mode, which Mercury and Pisces can really bring out? Like, I've been dealing with that a little bit with my car breaking down. Like, all honesty, it's just like, oh, woe is me, my car broke down, is anything else gonna happen, but my career's doing amazing. I'm having so much fun making these videos, and I'm growing my YouTube channel. So I have this positive energy, but also this fear of the unknown, negative energy, you could call it, that I'm transmuting and working on understanding where my perception is, right? So with these waves on Monday, being up, up, up is amazing, but if you get down, 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 what is it that is looking to change? What perception is looking to change? Because Scorpio moon energy, you can accelerate your transformation, your transmutation, your integration, whatever specific word you want to call it. But with Scorpio moon energy, the veil is so thin that you actually get help with your higher self a little bit easier, with different versions of yourself a little bit easier. You can get help with integration because the veil is so thin. That's the positive of the Scorpio moon energy. And also not being afraid to dig and go into the dark. Like Scorpio moon energy, it has you, it got you. Like, so digging in, and it being ruled by, it's like Monday being ruled by the moon. I just really feel like that it's just this wave energy. That's all I see. I see this. And so it's really going to depend on your own natal chart and how it affects you. But know that we are building to this new moon eclipse, and know that you are going to start to feel this eclipse energy in your Aquarius house. Of course, I break down every new moon and every full moon. I break it down individually in my shorts, so always check that out. But this is when you want to start to feel the energy and feel through your body. This is Mercury in Pisces. It can be frustrating because we're not thinking with this, we're thinking with our body. So really leading with your body during this 6-week period that, Mercury is going to be in Pisces. I mean, it goes direct on March 20th, and then Mercury gets out of Pisces. What is it, like April 14th, Mercury will go into Aries. So we have a long ending. Pisces is the end of the zodiac. We're about to go into all this Pisces season, which I honestly feel like the Pisces season is going to help us when the sun moves into Pisces and other things move into Pisces, because right now the energy is, it's broken up, but it's good enough. I don't know how else to say it. It's good enough. Right? The energy is always good enough. Should we just say that? But this tomorrow, I feel like it's really going to depend on what's going on in your chart. See, I don't have any water in my chart besides my Chiron. So water energy always can feel a little intense for me until I figure out what's actually going on. If you are somebody that has a lot of water in your natal chart, you might feel very comfortable with this energy and it might feel very easy and breezy. But at the end of the day, it still doesn't matter. You really need to transmute energy to utilize a Scorpio moon. That's the best way to utilize Scorpio moons, is to transmute energy that is begging to be observed and transmuted within you. For me, for example, the unknown, right? Getting hit with this car stuff and having no idea how much it's going to cost, nothing. I'm literally have no control, right? And it's funny because my stomach started to hurt when this happened, and your stomach hurting is a big indicator that you have control issues that are looking to be healed, by the way. That's why Virgo rules the stomach, and they always have stomach aches all the time, because Virgos are all about the little details and they hate not being in control. So, and then let's talk about Tuesday the 10th, because Tuesday, February 10th is a big deal. And you know what? I'm going to break it down by each sign with this. So we're going to go into each sign, and I will start with Pisces because we have Venus moving into, and I will have timestamps down below. It's going to be pretty quick though. I'm just going to do like a little run through of what Venus is going to give you benefits, okay? Because Venus is moving into Pisces on February 10th, and it's moving into Pisces at 4:19 a.m. Central Standard Time. So you're going to wake up basically with with Venus in Pisces, not the moon. I don't know if I said the moon before. I'm sorry. Mercury's in Pisces right now, so my brain is working just as good as yours. All right. So we have Venus moving into Pisces at 4 a.m. This is going to help support us for this Mercury retrograde. We have Venus and we have Jupiter supporting us for this Mercury retrograde. Both benefic planets that are here to give us, Venus is here to give us love, joy, pleasure, money. Whatever house Pisces rules for you, I'm going to go through it all and give some examples, each sign. But this is beautiful energy with Venus moving into Pisces because we need it. We need it. We need it to help support our minds by seeing some, how do I put this? Like by seeing some feedback, right? Venus is not going to be retrograde. It's going to be moving forward. And it's here to give you pleasure in that house. So it's going to give you that confirmation, that validation that you're looking for. That Mercury retrogrades can sometimes take away that validation, and it can be difficult. So especially with Mercury being in Pisces, it's really, but we do have the moon moving into Sagittarius at 1:22 a.m. Central Standard Time on the 10th. So we're going to wake up with the moon in Sagittarius, which is also a bonus because the moon in Sagittarius, it really is here for us to have this optimism. You know, Scorpio's ruled by Mars. It's more get shit done energy, honestly. And then we have Sagittarius moons, which are ruled by Jupiter. And Jupiter is all about optimism, expansion. It's a benefic planet. So we have the moon moving into Sagittarius, which is just going to help support us with this energy. And what I do love, which is interesting, pay attention to your dreams Tuesday morning, because the moon in Sagittarius is going to make an immediate trine to Neptune. Neptune rules our dreams, right? And that's going to happen at 2:12 a.m. So pay attention to your dreams and what this transit is showing you, right? Neptune just moved into Aries. Like, it's time for us to really feel this out for ourselves. This is another thing, is Neptune moved into Aries. We've had Neptune in Aries 1777, right? So we can look back at all these transits and be like, this is what happened then. We had civil war. We had this. This is all bullshit. Okay, we are living in a new time. We are ascending. Astrology is not going to mean what it's meant in the past. Things are changing. Timelines are changing. We are so self-aware as a collective more than we were in 1777. And the more awareness you have, the more change happens. Awareness creates change. So looking to past transits, it can be interesting. I'm not denying that. But you're not going to find answers there. You're going to find answers within yourself by experimenting and understanding what the transit is and how it affected you. That's why I talk about my moon energy readings, because people that do moon energy readings with me, and it's funny because I just opened them, they don't need to do readings with me again because you learn how to feel your own intuition and read your own chart. Anyways, so we have this energy, moon square Neptune, so pay attention to your dreams. And then we also have the moon, so Sagittarius energy, it's going to be squaring Mercury at 3:02 p.m. You know what, honestly too, I'm glad I'm just doing these 2 days, because Mercury and Pisces, I never write my stuff down. I just go and I just read off this thing. But I think with Mercury and Pisces, I'm a little more scatterbrained. So I apologize. I'm going to write things down for the rest of the week when I come back to do the other videos. I promise. I'm going to write them down. But we have the moon in Sagittarius square Mercury at 3:02 p.m. on February 10th, Central Standard Time. This is confusion. This is confusion about your growth and your expansion and your emotions. But at the same time, if you're listening to your body's going to be the say-all, end-all. Your body's going to lead you in the right direction. So it's not anything to worry about, but it is change. It is confusion. It is an immutable sign. We are preparing for this Mercury retrograde. On the 11th, we're going to, February 11th, it's going to be Mercury pre-shadow. So this is when we're going to start to pay attention to what's going on. This is why I'm separating a lot of stuff up this February, because I will most likely break down Mercury retrograde. I am going to break down Mercury retrograde for each sign. I just am. That's going to happen. So, but let's get into Venus moving into Pisces on Tuesday the 10th. So, Pisces, this is going to benefit you. Venus is moving into your first house. You're going to be attractive. You're going to kind of get what you desire. But at the same time, keep in mind, we have combative Mercury retrograde energy, so it might be delayed. But this is, all in all, this is a beautiful transit for you just to get what you desire. When it comes to, are you being your actual, true, authentic self, though? That's what's going to matter. Because that's what Mercury retrograde in Pisces is really doing for you, Pisces, is it's having you review and understand if, hey, is this really me? Is this me? You know, that's what Mercury retrograde in the first house does. I experienced it 2 years ago when it was in Leo, Mercury retrograde in Leo, and it was a mind fuck. I'm not going to lie, but in the best way. I promise it was. But you have Venus there. I didn't get Venus in Leo during that time. You have Venus there. This is going to help you. This is whatever changes you're making, perception changes you're making, and realizations you're having, Venus is going to support you. So that's the most amazing thing. And you're just going to be really attractive during this time too. All right, Aries. Venus is moving into your 12th house. This is the time to meditate, Aries. This is the time to really understand where you are self-sabotaging yourself, because Venus is going to give you benefits if you clean up that mind. I mean, it's very simple, but at the end of the day, it's very helpful to have Venus in the 12th house. It helps your mental health so much, and it helps you see things clearly when it comes to what you actually desire and what you actually want, instead of what's been pushed on you, what's these ideas and these things that have been pushed on you that don't actually serve you. Like, Venus in that 12th house is here to give you mental health benefits. So if you are an Aries that has been struggling with your mental health, this is going to really help support that. All right, Taurus. Love this for you. Venus is entering into your 11th house, Taurus. And this is all about supporting your hopes and dreams, and also friendships and communities. So if you are a Taurus that's let go of friendships and communities, this is when you can reap the benefits at this time by finding new friendships and communities. This is also the time that if you have been going after your hopes and dreams, you can reap the benefits at this time. Gemini. Career, 10th house, career. This is a perfect time when it comes to your career and your public image. This is beautiful energy to get rewards when it comes to your career. This is also, has to do with your relationships as well. 10th house, it represents public image, and when we get in relationships, their public image changes. So this could have to do with actual relationships in your life, and relationships actually supporting you in your career. Just depends on the Gemini, but this is where you're going to get benefits in your career. Cancer, you are going to get benefits when it comes to your mind. Your growth, your expansion. This is the time for you Cancers to really go after things that light you up, that make you curious, that you want to study more. This is also a beautiful time to book a trip or go on a trip. This is also a beautiful time to journal, to understand your beliefs, solidify your beliefs, and find beliefs that aren't serving you anymore. Leo, my fellow Leos. Feeling weird with Mercury and Pisces, honestly. So Leo, this is me. I don't know. I'm like, whoa, where am I at? I feel like Mercury and Pisces is just like you feel high all the time. That's just really what it is. So 8th house stuff. Venus, this is a money house. You can get money from other people, from your investments, where you spend your time. This is also the house of intimacy and, marriage. So you can really dive deeper into intimate relationships. And I recommend being as vulnerable with yourself as you can, because the more you are vulnerable with yourself, the more Venus is going to pay you back. Virgo, this is your partnerships and relationships. You Virgos are going to experience old partnerships and relationships coming back into your life for this Mercury retrograde. This is just that transit. You Virgos are getting it. But Venus in the 7th house of partnerships and relationships, this benefits you just as a whole because it is opposing your first house of self. So Venus oppositions are actually still good things because Venus is a benefic planet, Virgo. So you might find luck through partnerships and relationships at this time. The trick is going to be when Mercury goes retrograde, because you're going to have to reflect on, do I want to find luck through that person anymore, right? Right? So this is a big one. I think the Mercury retrograde, you're ruled by Mercury, Virgo, is going to affect you more. I'm definitely diving into your guys' a little bit. I'm diving into it right now. I'm just like, damn. You guys are going to get some, wow, my heart's on fire right now. But besides that, Venus in your 7th house, this is just you enjoying partnerships and relationships in your life. And pay attention to when Venus is opposing your ascendant, so the degree, because this is actually a good thing. This helps you get what you desire out of relationships. Libra, Venus in your 6th house. It's time for you to get your shit together, Libras, meaning that Venus is here for you to understand what feels good in your daily routine. So when I say get your shit together, it means, Pisces rules your 6th house. Do you have boundaries? This is another thing too with Libra. This is why Libras, we have trouble with boundaries and stuff. I'm a Libra sun, moon, Mercury, and Venus, so I get it, because that sixth house piece is what you do day to day. And if you don't have boundaries on with other people and what you do day to day, they can just start taking up your time and then you forget about yourself. This is why Libras are known as like the people pleaser sign. One of the reasons, there's more to it. But Venus in your sixth house is, you know, well, you don't know, I'm telling you. Well, maybe you know. My brain, Mercury in Pisces right now. This is you finding joy in your day-to-day routine. If you do not have joy in your day-to-day routine, Venus can't give you any benefits. And if you are not loving your body, Venus can't give you any benefits. So I think this Mercury retrograde is really going to help you, Libras, understand where you haven't been putting up the boundaries within yourself in order to create the daily routine that you deserve. Because, okay, I have more to this, Libras. Because Pisces is that end of the zodiac. It does rule our spiritual awareness. So your day-to-day routine is the most spiritual out of all the signs, because Pisces rules that sixth house. Your day-to-day routine should be the utmost spiritual, but spirituality is so different per person. Like, what does that mean to you? Does that mean meditating every day? I recommend doing that, Libra, 5 minutes at least every day. But you specifically, Libras, need to have a spiritual practice every day. You have to. It's part of your design. All right, Scorpio. Ooh, Scorpio. Venus is giving you benefits. This is also Scorpio. This is one of those Mercury retrogrades that you're going to experience. It's in the fifth house of dating. Old people could come back into your life. It's not for certain, but it definitely could happen. Definitely could happen. But this Venus in the fifth house is beautiful. Fifth house is the fun house. So this is the time for you to go on dates. Go on more dates. Try new people out if you're single, right? If you're a taken Scorpio, there's multiple ways you can utilize this, but the fifth house is also your creative projects, not creative projects that you do for other people. These are your creative projects. So it doesn't have to be creative projects that you want to bring to the world. It has to be something that you actually enjoy and you want to get lost in. So I recommend, Scorpio, for you to have a creative project. Like for me, Mercury in Pisces, especially with Mercury being in Pisces, I'm going to pick up guitar again. And this week, we can do it. And I'm going to have a creative outlet. You 100% need this, Scorpio, in order to survive this Mercury retrograde energy. But Venus is going to give you benefits. It is. It's going to reward you. The more that you go after your creativity and the more you bring out your inner child, Scorpio, Venus is going to reward you. Sagittarius, this might be a little bit of a challenging placement, but Venus is here to help you out. Venus moving into your fourth house. This is the time to work on your home and create a home environment that really serves you. So whether that's decorating, right? You could decorate something, put up some curtains, whatever it may be, whatever makes you happy, but you got to surround yourself with beautiful, beautiful things that make you happy. This is going to help with that transit. This is also a time, Sagittarius, where you could be thinking of moving. Like if you're a Sagittarius that's like, I need to move now, you can totally utilize Venus for this. I wouldn't say when Mercury goes into pre-shadow, not even pre-shadow, more retrograde on the 26th, on February 26th, there's going to be delays. So just know this. There's just going to be delays. But at the same time, this energy for you is also digging deep into the relationships in your life that you were raised with, so like family ancestry, and understanding if those family stories and those relationships serve you anymore. Venus is going to reward you if you are putting yourself in a safe environment and you are putting your nervous system first, okay? Venus is going to reward you for that. Pay attention to when Venus is the same degree as your rising sign or different, or if you're Sagittarius sun, reading for your sun, moon, whatever, Sagittarius placements. Pay attention to when Venus is at that degree because yes, it is a square, but Venus is a benefic planet and it's here to give us pleasure and joy. So those are the days to pay attention to. All right, Capricorn. This is your time to really, like, if you're a Capricorn that's looking to do writing, doing content, This is the time to do it. Venus moving into that third house. This is also the time to communicate your needs and to communicate your boundaries. Venus is going to reward you if you communicate your boundaries and your needs. Venus is going to reward you if you are just communicating from your truth. Capricorn, your throat chakra is about to get a whole lot bigger. Like, I'm feeling my throat being tight right now. So if you Capricorn during this transit, especially when Mercury goes retrograde, Venus is here to help you though. Like, don't worry. But like, if your throat is itchy or having a difficult time, you have a throat chakra blockage, which involves you being vulnerable with yourself and journaling. I recommend journaling. I recommend being vulnerable with yourself. But this is a great time for content creation. This is also Venus will like short trips, so like going to your local coffee shop, going to your local grocery store, like doing short trips or is going to be helpful for you. But yeah, this energy is, it's going to be interesting during the retrograde, which I will go over, but Venus is here to give you pleasure. It's here to give you joy. So communicate. And also, if whatever lights your mind up to learn something new, this is a mental house. This is your mind. So your mental health is going to get a little bit better, as well as understanding maybe where you're holding yourself back mentally. Venus might help you with that. The Mercury retrograde definitely will. All right, let's do Aquarius, the last one. So Aquarius, Venus is entering into your second house. Now, this is really interesting because Venus in the second house gives you more money. It just does. You get more money. But we do have this Mercury retrograde, which is creating this delays on the 26th. So this is going to be, this might be you just having a lot more self-worth on like, you know, like if you're an Aquarius entrepreneur or something like that, or Aquarius that feels like they deserve a promotion at their job, like you might get it, but it might be delayed somehow, like Mercury, or you might contemplate like, you know, is this the right job for me? Even like I could see, like as an example, I could see you as an Aquarius like getting that promotion, but then once you get that promotion, you're like, man, this is a lot of work and I don't know if I want to do it. Like that could happen. But Venus in the second house gives you more money. Every time I have a Venus transit in my second house, I get more money. But the Mercury retrograde definitely will delay. So you might get delays from the 26th to March 20th. Just expect delays in money, so I would save up now so you don't feel stressed out later. I'm just giving that warning. But like I said, Venus in the second house, there is this positivity to it, to you're growing your self-worth, maybe getting some new material possessions out of the blue, like you're gifted something, like you're getting a gift out of nowhere and you're like, whoa, thank you. Like that's Venus in the second house, getting these gifts. It's not just with work, even though it is trining your 10th house of career and your 6th house of daily routine, which we have Jupiter there. In your 6th house as well. So you Aquariuses are just been more busy than normal. Maybe your physical health has taken a turn since Jupiter went retrograde. Besides the point, we're talking about Venus. See, Mercury and Pisces right now transit just but Venus in the second house. This is good. This is good energy. But like I said, 26th to the 20th. Just prepare for the Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde gives us delays, and if you just go with it and know that it's going to give you delays, then you're good to go. All right, thank you so much for being here and watching this video. And I apologize if I was all over the place. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you always know when I upload these videos, as they are random, even though I do go over every single day. But, all right, I love you guys. Thank you for being here.